going on, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning. You tuned into Beer About It, so thanks for being here and clicking the old live button and watching the show.
Yeah.
I'm Derek. This is Chris. We drink beer, review beer, educate people on beer. This is episode 4.
Yep.
And we are live from the Barrel Room at Block 15 Brewing in Corvallis, Oregon. Super humbled to be here.
Yeah.
Super stoked to be here.
Yeah, super crazy. We reached out to Chris. Chris Althouse here is kind of running a lot of the things around here, and reached out to him. He got back to us and said, "Hey, dude, we'll set you up in our." I don't know if you guys can see here. We're in the wild. So this used to be like an old bomb shelter. We're like down underneath here. This is where they do all their wild stuff, a barrel aging program. So. Super humbled to be here. We're super excited about everything, and it's a pretty big day for these guys.
Yeah, definitely. So they're celebrating all sorts of stuff. One of the big things is these guys have been in business for 9 years. So actually today, I think it was leap year, February.
Yeah, 2008.
2008. Okay, so this is they're celebrating their anniversary today, just to kind of kick things off, and we're going to be trying some stuff that they're releasing today. They've put a few things out, I think, on Facebook and Instagram announcing it, but we'll be trying some beers that they'll be releasing. So I can't get over it. This is one of my favorite breweries.
Yeah.
Seriously, we're humbled to live here in this area, to be here with these guys.
Amen.
And they've never done anything like this before, so to let us in here and be here is
pretty excited.
Yeah, pretty excited.
Like, if you live in the Willamette Valley, these guys, like, every beer that you taste here is amazing. Like, they were kind of new to the scene. Like, I mean, there was like, I guess 90 breweries here when they first started.
Yeah.
There's like over 250 now, and so they've kind of put a little bit more time in. So when it comes to the taste of their beers, you can really tell that they've been around for a little bit longer, and they're doing everything.
Totally. So if you can't tell, we're super stoked.
Yeah.
Before we kind of get rolling, obviously we'll do the same and kind of let people kind of roll in here and tune into the show. Thanks for everybody who's already on. Maudie, I see you. Thanks for being here. Last show, episode 3, we were from Stormbreaker Brewing. I have got to say thank you. Super humbled once again, to see the views and the likes and the comments roll in.
Absolutely.
I think we're at 5,100 views, which is 100 more than our last episode. So we continue to gain ground, and it's all because of you guys watching. So thank you so much. Share this video with your friends. Anybody who loves craft beer or wants to learn anything or just have fun watching us be weird and goofy.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I think we're going to touch on a few things here. I know last time we talked a little bit about IBUs. We talked about, what else did we talk about? There was a couple.
We talked about some hop profiles. We talked about ambers a little bit.
Sure. So we're going to talk a little bit about grains today. Maybe what's hoppy today. Some people use that hoppy term, and I was just kind of talking to my brother on the way here, and we're like, what the heck is hoppy? Let's talk about that a little bit. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. So there's a few things that we're going to be going through. So I see that people are joining here. JD, what's up? She's holding the fort down. If you haven't met JD, she's a huge reason why we are as successful as we are down at Growler Cafe, which is in Lebanon. For those of you that don't know, my brother and I opened a shop about 2.5 years ago called Growler Cafe in Lebanon, Oregon, which is on the way to Bend. That's what we tell people. Super small space. We're about ready to double in size. So, super awesome staff that helped us to get to this point, and we just kind of found that people were really interested in some of the lingo and the terminologies, and obviously craft beer. So we felt like we could give some value with a show like this. So I see a lot of people that are joining. Mike, Cammy, what's up? What's up, Nava? Nava used to work in our kitchen too. He's up in Portland right now. Ricky, how's it going? So if you're here, say what's up. Give us a like, a heart. Like Derek was saying, share. We see all that stuff, so appreciate you guys tuning in here.
Definitely. Let's see, what else we got? We were talking with Chris Althouse, which the gentleman that we're talking about is he heads up the distribution and sales for Block 15. We just kind of were getting some information from him, so we wanted to give you some cool facts about Block 15. The building that they're in, 1926 is when it was built. Yeah. Used to be the Gazette-Times, used to be an old newspaper building. Yeah. We're downstairs in the cellar, in the basement, kind of a scary place.
Yeah.
Pipes everywhere, cool barrels behind us,
Yeah.
but it's a maze. It's like a maze.
Kinda,
down
yeah,
here.
we both were like, okay, we need to go take a leak real quick before we start this whole thing. And on the way back down here, it was like, where are we? There's all these like turns and corners, and kind of got lost a little bit down here. But super cool.
Definitely.
Like excited to be here.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then, so the other thing I wanted to mention. Oh, do you want to say hi to these guys?
Yeah,
We'll kinda
Leslie,
let people
hey.
come in.
Hey Arlie, what's going on? Good morning, sir. Hope you found a spot the other night. It was a little bit busy down there.
So if you're just tuning in, guys, we're Beer About It. I don't have my shirt on today. I'm sorry. He's got his shirt on. I forgot my shirt at home. I forgot my shirt at home. Beer About It. We're reviewing some beers from Block 15. We like to just kind of taste beers and educate people about beers. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. Stick around. We got 5 beers we're going to be reviewing from Block 15.
Maybe 6. We'll see.
Maybe 6. Yeah, there's maybe.
Actually, we're actually going to be tasting a little bit of food here as well. So. Yeah, maybe we'll talk a little bit about what Block 15 is doing before we get into this. Let some more people sort of tune in here. These guys are on 3rd Street, I believe, down it's 3rd Street, right on the corner. They have 3 locations. If you guys haven't been to this location, definitely stop by. They got amazing food. Actually came in here last night, had an amazing gyro, some pasta in here, and some awesome little mushrooms that were stuffed with a whole bunch of good stuff.
Totally.
And then right next door is Caves. And that's an awesome place. You want to talk? You've been there before, yeah?
Yeah, Caves is super killer. So it's a sister tap house, basically, that Block 15 owns. Basically, the feel behind this is a farm-to-table restaurant and tap house. It kind of allows, because Block 15 and the owner, Nick, and on all the guys here, they really wanted to kind of showcase other breweries because they're so passionate about beer. Caves allows them to do that. So if you go in there, you'll find stuff that you probably have never heard of before. It's a really great place to kind of test your palate with sours and old ales and saisons and just kind of funky, cool beers. So,
right.
And it's like what, 3 doors down on the same
No,
street?
it's right next door.
Oh, it's right next door. Okay,
Literally
so
right next door.
Okay.
Seasonal menu there, amazing food. Yeah, like he was saying, farm to table. Like, so we're fairly blessed because we buy beer, we buy whatever beer we want to, so we can share it with you guys. When we leave our shop, when we come to go drink beer, like we come like here. Caves has got an amazing lineup, so they're getting stuff that like we can't get our hands on a lot of times, and so it's fun to come over here and see what they can pull, and so.
Yeah, if you haven't been here in a while, come to Block 15, get a bite to eat, save yourself some room, go to Caves, get another bite to eat, drink some beer.
Ladies, I know that the ladies are into like brunches and all that. You can drag the guy out. They do an amazing brunch over there on the weekends.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally.
I see a lot of you guys are tuning in here. Thank you so much. I know I'm missing a lot of people. I know that last week there was a few people that reached out to me on Instagram or actually came in and were like, hey, listen, I was watching on Instagram. What the heck? You didn't give me a shout out. It's really hard to read, you guys. It's
Instagram reads like this, whereas Facebook reads like this. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Ricky, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk a little bit about what sours are and how that comes about, and so we'll definitely touch on that a little bit. What exactly does that mean? Yeah, absolutely. So we'll kind of go through that here a little bit.
You want to share anything else before we kind of get started, or what do you think?
I don't know. I think we kind of what Block 15 is kind of. We can talk about how Block 15 came about and the name of it. It's kind of. I mean, we just sat here and rattled off, and he just kept giving us all these super cool, facts. Yeah, right. So Block 15. I'm like, what the hell does Block 15 mean? Block 15. I guess Nick and Kristen, the owners here, they were driving around, wanted to start a place, a brew place, and drove by as they were signing the lease. Some of that legal jargon in all those, paragraphs or
stuff
whatever.
You never read. The stuff you never read, right?
Sit in there Block 15, the 15th incorporated block in, I guess it was Marysville when this first got incorporated as a town. Then they later turned it into Corvallis, which means Heart of the Valley, which is super cool information. And so there's a little bit of backstory on how Block 15 came to be Block 15. So anyway, thought we'd share that.
He mentioned Nick and Kristen, the owners here. So these guys were restaurateurs, home brewers, which is kind of a likely story. I mean, you hear that a lot when we talk to people about how they got started. And they loved the area, found this corner location that used to be a restaurant, didn't even know what to call it, just knew they were going to go for it, built a business plan, signed the lease, and like you said, as they were going through the lease, they noticed that Corvallis had listed, block 15 being the 15th block incorporated, and that's how they got the name. So
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
So I see a lot of you have tuned in here. Brian, hey, how's it going?
Brent.
What's up, Brian? Brent Vandenboss. We're gonna drink some beers here, buddy. We're gonna drink some beers. I wish you could be here. Mike Caw has the day off today.
Oh, Mike.
And he was like, dude, I was excited because we kind of, when we're at our shop, we invite some of our buddies down to drink some beers with us. So he was excited to come down and do that, and then we're here. So all by ourselves. So all the beer's going to be ours this time.
Sorry. Well, if you're just tuning in, again, we're Beer About It, and we're going to taste some beers from Block 15. We're down in the cellar room. You see all the barrels behind us. So we got 5 beers to drink. I think we're going to go ahead and get started here.
Yeah.
Share this video if you haven't already. Send us some likes. Keep the comments coming so that we can respond either now or after the video's over. So
Sure.
we're going to kick things off. Think you start things off here.
Right, I think so. So we kind of let Chris sort of pick the lineup for us today. I was like, hey man, what do you want to do? What do we want to highlight? So we're going to go through all facets of the beers. We're from one end of the spectrum to the other.
Totally.
So we're going to start with a Vienna Lager, which is a little darker than a normal lager. Obviously, lagers are normally like a lighter color, at least from like a Pilsner. So
lager. For those of you who drink lighter beers, Pilsners, lagers, the nose of this, regardless of the darkness, you absolutely get that lager. They get that lagered smell, that Pilsner yeast.
Yeah.
In this.
It's got a little toasty though, like some
It is.
roasted malts in there, like something like a Maibach or something like that, right?
Yeah, so they stuck with Czech-style hops and a Czech-style Pilsner yeast on this, which is a common yeast strain in lagers. You'll find a lot of those are going to be Czech-style. Czech, when I say Czech, Czechoslovakia,
Right.
FYI, so you guys know. So,
Drink the whole beer. Ricky
Cheers.
says pound it.
I'm not going to pound it. Sorry,
Cheers.
Ricky. Maybe next time. Wow. So, super light,
I can taste that chocolate.
crisp. Does have a backbone in it, though. A little
Yeah.
bit of a slight bitterness on the back.
So it says in here we got some spec sheets, which sort of helps that Magnum. You can taste that little bit of hops in there. The chocolate malt is what gives it a little bit of color. So when you're looking at beers and they have these, darker, lighter, whatever, that comes from the grains that they put in, right? They steep the grains.
Jenna, we miss you.
Yeah, she just moved to Bend. She was part of the original team there. Jenna, thanks for tuning in. I see a lot of things coming through here. I can't just continue to look at all these, but Deluxe makes great lagers. Actually, that's a great point, Brian. Deluxe is actually going to be at our place. I believe it's the 21st. We've got posters up in there. They're going to be actually doing a promo here shortly. So I agree with you. Deluxe does some great lagers for sure. So yeah, I mean it's not quite. It's clean, right?
Yeah.
It's clean like a lager would be, but does have a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, toastiness, definitely.
Right.
Smells like a lager, finishes like a lager. I want to say that for me, in this beer, it's a little bit drier than I was expecting it to be on the back. A little bit, those hops definitely come through for sure.
Yeah.
But easy drinker. For
Yeah.
sure. What's the ABV on this?
4.3.
Okay.
Easy drinker. Totally.
Yeah, for sure. Good
I'm
deal.
gonna drink the rest of it for you, Ricky.
No. What a guy.
Yum.
See if we can't get a buzz going by 11.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay, the next beer. I'm excited about this beer. He tried it yesterday, so he's like ahead of the
I
game.
did a little research. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's okay. I'm excited. I'm behind the game here.
All right.
Fluffhead IPA. So this was just released. This was released like a week ago.
It smells super
So
fruity.
how you guys kind of look at it? It's it's kind of hazy. Can't really see through it. It's got that orange juice kind of feel. Not too much of a head on it at all. Oh my gosh.
Fruity.
Super fruity.
Mango.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
So much mango. Tangerine, papaya.
Yeah, right.
Again, I keep describing things as papaya, but man, I get that a lot.
I just-
And you know what? Kind of like piney too, a little bit. Like on the Like
Yeah.
piney.
Okay. Right. Like if you were to take some pine needles and just,
Yeah.
you get that sort of like a fruity beginning and then like a piney little end. If you're talking about like the smell.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. All right. Oh wow, I get piney in the taste too. So not overly sweet. This is a 6.5 ABV, so it's not too high. Oh wow, it lingers too. The hops, the hop bitterness lingers on the back for sure, which is good.
Like tropical flavors.
Yeah, definitely.
For the hops, right? But it is super bitter. So do you want to talk about hoppiness right now? I mean, this is the first IPA, so
For sure. No, go ahead as I choke on my beer. Yeah, I'm okay.
So we talk when we're at our beer place, right? Barrel Cafe. We're talking about beer. We're describing beer often. People describe the beer as hoppy, and I gotta say, I just think that some people don't know what the heck hoppy means. Like this is hoppy, and I'm like thinking,
give me the non-hoppy one.
It's not hoppy, but so I thought maybe we would talk about that a little bit. Like when we say hoppy beer, like this is what hoppy means. So bitter, right? Bitter, like biting on an orange peel, bitter.
Right.
Like that, like
that. I explained it on the last time to wine drinkers, red wine drinkers, tannins. So that the have you ever eaten a grape? Have you ever eaten like a Concord grape and ate the skin?
Yeah.
It leaves that like dryness on your tongue.
Yeah,
that,
like a cat tongue.
Yeah, like a
like a cat tongue.
Right. Just super kind of bitter. So that's what you get, and that's what you get out of it. So people will say, this we'll give them a lager, and they'll go like, that's too hoppy, and we're like, it's not. This is not hoppy.
Like dandelion.
Right.
Sort of like bitter, right?
Right.
But it's and so maybe we talk about. Do you know what IPA means, right? Where IPA came from?
Sure. Yeah, we can talk about Indian
Pale Ale.
Right.
Indian Pale Ale. God, so many things that we just assume that you know. Indian Pale Ale. So England settled India back in the day, and they loved beer. And the only way to get the beer from there to India, all the way around Africa, was to pump it full of a whole bunch of hops so that it would pasteurize the beer, basically, and it would keep for the whole time, which made the beer super bitter, but then our palate's sort of accustomed to it, and now we have IPAs, and now my brother and I love them, and Northwest is kind of known for...
Definitely.
West Coast IPAs are super bitter.
Definitely. So just really quick, so the different profiles you can get out of hops come at different times, too. So you'll see that... There you go, Ricky. Chris Althouse is on.
What's up?
Yeah, the Incredible Burger is coming, dude. Right on. Hell yeah.
It's a burger.
So when they're brewing at a couple different points during the brewing process. A couple different things they're trying to get out. The bitterness they're trying to get, which is that backbone, and then the other part they're trying to get is the smell, the nose, the aroma. That comes at two different times. So in the boil, they'll add the hops, which will boil out the kind of this. That's a French fry. There's a burger here. We're about to get after this burger that comes with the beer. At the
Incredible Burger.
Be hungry. This looks amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway, to go back to what I was saying, you get the bitterness from the boil, and then they'll add hops in the late stages in the conditioning tanker as it's kind of fermenting.
Or dry hopping.
Which passes from the boiler into the fermenter
Sort of
to give you more of the aroma. So the beer is just kind of passing through it and then going away from it, whereas in the boil, it's boiling in the material. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a breakdown.
Couple things.
Not to go in too much, but this is amazing.
Yeah.
Fluffhead's amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Come here and get some. Yeah. All right, what's next? Love Potion number 9. Obviously, this is a Valentine's Day, February sort of beer. They release it every year around that time, I believe.
Super dark,
creamy. So the head on this is what is this? So it's a sweet stout.
You can almost see it.
Yeah, it's a sweet stout. It's brewed with chocolate and a whole bunch of black cap raspberries, which are locally grown. Chris said there's like 660 pounds of raspberries in this batch, and like I was saying, the foam on the top here is pink. It's that much raspberry in here. So we actually have a keg of this. I just bought a keg of this, so we'll be pouring this at our shop. You guys need to come down and grab this. Block 15's beers never last long.
No.
So we released, actually, we talked about, I'm getting off topic here, but I do that. I'm long-winded. You'll get used to it. It's fine.
Oh my. It's okay.
So we actually tasted the Dab Lab. You guys remember that? I think that was our first episode. First episode, we tasted Dab Lab. We had a keg of that. It went to our mug members. I got to give props out to our mug members. If you're listening, first time our mug members have ever drank the whole keg. So what happens is our mug members get it for the first week. So it's exclusive to them for the first week. And then we release it to the public, and our mug members end up emptying the keg before it even went public. That tells you how good their beers are.
Attaboy, Mike. Attaboy.
So I'm telling you this because every time we get a Block 15 beer on in our place, it goes very, very quickly. So keep an eye on our Untapped. Delicious French fries. Keep an eye on our Untapped. This is going to come and go. So without further ado, right?
Yeah. Love Potion number 9.
I didn't even smell it, but as I was, oh my gosh.
So raspberries in the nose, coffee. As I spit up a piece of my. That's gross.
Okay.
This is live TV.
Lots and lots of chocolate and lots of raspberries in the nose, and like super silky smooth, like milk chocolate. You know what it reminds me of? A little bit. I mean, not as strong, but our mix that we do a blackberry truffle in our place. Right. Ours is blackberry truffle is a cider and chocolate mix that we do all the time, but it's
dude, the mouthfeel on this is crazy. It's super silky, like super silky.
Yeah.
Not carbonated hardly at all. I mean, gosh, this is so good.
I'm trying to catch some of your stuff here. I'm obviously enjoying these beers, and I'm missing a lot of things. Nav, I believe that you just asked what lupulin powder is.
No, he said. I think he said that mentioned the lupulin powder beer that they did, which was the Dab Lab.
The Dab Lab.
Right.
Right, and lupulin powder is like
right.
Chief.
Yeah, Brent, dessert beer all day long, dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with a piece of chocolate cake.
So this is one of those beers that when people like, ooh, I don't like beer, or I say it like a woman, right? That's horrible. A horribly sexist thing to say. This is one of those beers that I'd be like, all right, try this one. Yeah. It's super good.
This is killer.
Yeah.
This is a sipper. Definitely rich. Definitely rich.
I'm drinking all of my beers.
Are you? Oh, Ricky's going to love you.
Ricky already loves me. Hi, Chrissy. I hope you're feeling better. All right. Is it
next beer? Next beer. The Prophecies.
Prophecies.
Right here. So for you Belgian quad fans,
told you he did.
This is a quadruple. Belgian quadruple. This is a doozy. A little bit of specs on this. This is 10.25. So definitely high in alcohol content. If you guys can see it, it's got a light brown. You can kind of just barely see through it in the light.
It looks like a brown.
Yeah, it's got a really light kind of head on it. Not as creamy as the last beer that we had. A few things on this. It's got Apollo hop extract. It's got a Czech style hop as well in this. And a bunch of different grains. The 350 and the 250 chocolate malt gives it that dark flavor or dark color. Sorry.
So spicy. Spicy to me, sweet and spicy. When I say spicy, not like jalapeno spicy, but like
clove spicy,
but like baking spicy. You know, like
allspice.
Yeah, like those flavors. Like, yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, clovey, yeah, allspice, nutmeg, that sort of flavor.
Yeah, Old Bay seasoning.
Old Bay.
Old Bay.
Really?
A little bit.
Isn't Old Bay like shit you put on your freaking crabs?
No, no, in the little yellow can. It's been around for like ever and ever and ever. See, you don't know.
I don't know.
You got nothing.
I don't. I'll take your word for it.
On your crab.
I don't know. I thought you put it on your crab boil. I'm an idiot. I don't
You
know.
can. People use it for seafood. Yeah, people use it for seafood and sprinkle it over their. Yeah, right. You just said put it on your crabs. I was like, oh. So like that might help.
Okay, I'm gonna taste
Fish
this
seasoning.
beer.
Yeah, Ricky's on it.
See,
Yeah.
even novices on your crabs.
Yeah. It's on the crabs.
Oh my gosh, so malty,
Dude.
brown sugary,
Brown sugar. Super
but it's
brown
not
sugar.
as heavy and syrupy as most quads are. Like we have the Sammy Klaus, I think is how you say it. We had a guy that was like, give me a quad when we first opened, and I bought a case of bottles. It's still there. It's super, I don't know, like super syrupy and sweet. I'd actually mix mine with an IPA to drink that bottle. This is way easier to drink than that.
Yeah, a little cleaner finish. Not
Yeah,
as syrupy,
not
heavy.
as heavy.
Yeah, the mouthfeel's not as heavy. Super sweet though.
It's not really my favorite. I was just telling someone yesterday, when I'm buying, because I buy a lot of the beers, right? I buy a lot of the beers, and I sort of shy away from things that I don't like. I'm not like I wouldn't have in my fridge, which is bad because I know there's people out there that really love quads. I need to get some Belgians in. This is delicious. I'm not something I'm going to pick off the board here, but I like the way that it finishes clean.
Definitely.
In a quad, you're going for those, those spicy notes, really, and that malty sort of flavor. Quad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. Moving on.
I gotta finish this one too. I mean, I'm
Dude.
on a roll here.
You are.
We got a long day ahead of us.
We do.
I know.
Bless your heart.
There you go, Ricky.
I'm gonna cut this up while you're talking about the next beer.
All right. So we talked a little bit about, just one more time, if you guys are just tuning in here, thank you so much for tuning in. Wendy, I see you just tuned in. Thanks for joining us. I hope Washington is awesome. I miss it. Mom just sent me a picture from some of those mountains that are beautiful. I miss it up there. If you just tuned in, we're here from Block 15 in Corvallis, Oregon. We're down in the cellar. This is where they do all their barrel aging, their sours, stellar stuff. So, super blessed to be here. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, it's perfect.
Dude.
So they're releasing this beer today. Like we said earlier, it's their 9th anniversary here. They opened in 2008 on Leap Year Day. So this is their 9th anniversary. They're releasing Incredible. It's an Imperial IPA. Imperial meaning that I got a burp, dude. What are you?
So an Imperial IPA just means that we got a
Sorry.
higher ABV, right? So the ABV is going to come in on this at
Right.
10.5. This is the anniversary beer. It's available in cans, as you saw. It's available here at the Block 15 restaurant and brewery and the tap house.
Did
Right?
we even talk about the tap house yet?
I don't think we have.
We talked about Caves next door, right? Killer place. They just opened a new place, and like a year ago, or
Yeah.
maybe a year and a half ago, Southtown. So 99 Southtown, they opened a bigger brewing facility there because they had to keep up with the demand. So they're out there doing it too. They're releasing these cans there. Let's see, it says 3 4-packs per person. They're sort of limiting it, trying to help spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
$4.25 a can. So if you guys have time today, and I haven't even tasted it yet, but I know that if you like IPAs, you need to come into the town and grab yourself at least 1 4-pack. Stash one away, drink one today. It's the weekend.
So part of the deal is they're doing some food pairings. We showed this when it first came down. Thank you, Chris, for bringing this in. This is the Incrediburger. This is one of the things that they're pairing with the beer. This thing has got chips on it. Here, hold on. I got this. Here's the description. Oh, you can't read this because it's backwards for you guys. Let me just read it.
Other than my shirt.
Hand-spanked painted hills beef patty on a house-baked bun with honey bacon slaw, house-made pimento cheese spread, butter lettuce, and our Cajun Yukon potato chips. Once again, here it is.
Yum.
And we're going to try this little baby with this beer. So
We're going to, try it with the beer. It seems like the thing to do. We didn't get any napkins either.
it's okay. It'll be messy.
Oh, you already did it.
I already cut it, man. We're
Look
set.
at you. We're going to try the beer first. So,
Sure.
I don't even know. I don't even want to...
Incredible IPA.
Looks like there's some lupulin powder in it.
Yep.
Dry hopped.
Citra. Oh my gosh. Super grapefruity. Orange zest.
You know what this reminds me of is when we brewed beer. It reminds me of when we brewed beer. So every year we do a beer with another brewery, and we go in and actually brew a beer for our anniversary in September. This reminds me, doesn't it remind you of that? Just like, it's funny how smells like bring back like, look at it. He's watching
He's
it
listening.
too. He's watching it. Damn, Chris. Damn. Like, really? He hooked us up with some napkins. Hey, thank you.
All right, let's try this beer.
Cheers.
Now. Anniversary to Block 15. Congratulations on your 9th year, guys.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't even. You know what I love about that? So.
Oh my gosh, this is.
It's a super well balanced beer.
Can we stick around and have one of these when we're done? This
Yeah.
is phenomenal. Wow.
So the thing about imperial IPAs for me is a lot of times they're just too sweet. You know, we talked a little bit about what makes, how that happens, right? They throw a lot more grain in there, get a lot more residual sugars. We talked about this numerous times. This beer is not too sweet. It has enough hops in there to sort of help balance out that extra alcohol. And what are we at here for alcohol? It's 10.5. It does not taste like 10.5 beer.
Yeah, this is amazing. This would put you on your feet. After a pint or two of this, dude, this is probably
Ricky's calling you out. He needs you to finish this one.
This is probably one of the best smelling beers, aroma-wise and taste-wise, I've had in a long time. This is super well balanced. Like Chris said, Imperial IPAs can be just overly sweet for me, and I just can't drink any more of them, and this is not doing that. Very citrusy.
Like we said before, these guys kind of came on the scene before the whole, like, hey, let's do craft brew. Like, they came on the scene early. They put their time in. They've developed awesome recipes, and they know what is good to, like what tastes good.
Ready for the burger.
Chips, dude. We were
ready for the burger. Yeah, the chips on the burger. We've been talking about chips on burgers forever, and we still haven't done it.
All right.
Look at this thing. Look at this. Look.
It's messy.
All right. Cheers, brother.
Incredible burger.
That's good. That's real good. That's why all the napkins, see?
You can hear him laughing from the other room, listening to us eat this here.
Oh, come down and get this burger. That slaw is bomb.
Slaw is money. A little bit of texture with the potato chip. If you're into burgers, holy cow.
Take another bite.
Yeah. I'm going to take another bite real quick because it's delicious.
I'm not more of this beer because beer is amazing. While you guys watch us eat.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
I thought you had a cheat meal yesterday. Yeah, right?
Oh my gosh.
Today's that day.
It is that day.
So Block 15, you guys, again, if you're just tuning in, you've got to come down and get a bite to eat. You've got to come down and get a beer. It's their 9th anniversary. Incredible double IPA release today. We're trying it now. It's phenomenal. So good.
So good. Yeah, 9th year anniversary. Come down. Check it out. Like, tap room. Come and get, like, this place is a little crazy downtown. I gotta say, I've waited for at least 45 minutes, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
Come down, super chill place. You know what's funny? One of the first, and we went a little long here, but I'm gonna go a little long again. One of the first memories of coming here, I brought my son here. We sat upstairs. So if you've never been here before, there's a little upstairs. It sort of sits over the top of the bar, and we were sitting right on the railing. And my son, I don't know, he was like Boston, my son. You'll get to know him. He was there. He had some water.
You talk. I'm gonna
So he's on the side here, and literally there's a railing, and right down below is where everybody's sitting at the bar. And he dumped his water out, and it dumped the whole thing, and it went right down the backs of the people that were sitting at the bar down below, the ice cold water. I'm like looking over, they're all like,
I never heard this story.
oh my gosh, dude. And it's so funny because we were up there recently. Now at the edge of the table, they've got this little board there to keep the water or whatever from running over. I imagine it's happened numerous times, but definitely a fun memory from this place. We're at Block 15 right now. We're in the cellar room where they've got all their barrel aging stuff going on. They're wild, I guess, barrel aging. They got all sorts of things going on right now.
Totally. Right on, guys. I think that's pretty much a wrap for us, right?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for tuning in. Again, we're Beer About It. Share this video if you're watching. Thanks for sticking through. What do we got here? Block 15 anniversary or take remodeling garbage to the dump today. I go with option 1. No kidding, Ben. Block 15. Make it in.
If you can convince the significant other that that's the best thing to do, like, yeah, this raspberry chocolate porter, if you have a significant, she might dig that.
So that's the end of episode 4. Share the love. We really, really appreciate it.
Totally.
Thank you guys so much again for your views and your likes and your shares.
Yeah, if you've got questions, I know we missed a ton of things. Thank you so much for the comments, the likes, the love. We go back through here often, try to respond to everybody. So if you've got questions about things and you got things that you guys want us to talk about, like later maybe, we'd love to hear that. You know what I mean? Like we can, if it's something that we think is good, then we'll like do a whole little episode about it, or at least plug on it a little bit. So let us know your comments and what you want to hear about, what you have, what you want to know more about beer. So
absolutely. All right, guys. Cheers. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
We'll
see you next time.
Ricky.